Hi everybody! This is Am from DIY Am, and I'm doing something almost like a continuation, not fully though, of remember when I was doing these fuzzy stickers? I did a little backing for them. So I bought some longer bags just so that I could fit more of the stickers on this. So I'm thinking of cropping the same material down to fit the inside of the longer bag, but I'm going to use a different technique than I did originally. So originally I did acetate and then this paper, and then I taped those together with washi tape. So that's kind of like a simple solution in case you don't want to laminate. I'm actually going to teach you guys how to laminate one side of a sheet of paper. I'm going to use two pieces of these polka dot pieces of paper that I printed off on 8.5 by 11 cardstock. They're back to back with the design showing on both sides, if that makes sense. Then I'm sticking just a regular printer piece of paper between the two of these. Then I'm going to take this thermal laminating pouch. This is a glossy one. I have a matte finish one, and if you can find a matte finish one that sticks to the paper, that's great. I find that the matte finish one hasn't been sticking very well for some weird reason, but this one seems to be working pretty well. So it's the Scotch brand that I'm using. This has 50 pouches, so it's a lot. It has like a 5mm thickness, so it's quite thick. But again, we're just gonna use that for one side, and I'll show you how to do that. This is just a random lamination device that I ended up buying, I think on Amazon back in 2020. I think it was about 20 bucks or something like that. It wasn't expensive, but it's actually been pretty good and serving me fairly well. So I'm going to use this as well. Ruler for measuring everything out, and you can use a trimmer, or you can even use just like a ruler and X-Acto knife if you need to. I'm also going to use this corner punch, so it just sort of rounds the corners. That normally goes through the lamination sheets really well. I think this came with a package of something. It was either the sheets or the actual lamination machine itself. I don't really remember which thing gave it to me, but I find that this is a really sturdy one. I have another corner punch somewhere, but it's not as good as this one. This one goes through things really easily, and it's quite sharp. So what I'm going to show you is, it's pretty straightforward and it's pretty quick to do this. I will see if I can find the lady. Can't remember her name because I found this so long ago now on the internet, but it's really served me well. I'm gonna find the lady on the internet that introduced this idea to me. I'm gonna try to link it down below if I can. I'm just gonna take one of the pouches. It's almost like it's got the fold at the top. The design sort of cuts off at a specific point right here. I'm gonna try to line it up so that I actually get some of the design here. I'm gonna do that with the top crease. So this is a little bit bigger than 8.5 by 11 sheet, which is really good. This is what you want. You want it to be sort of sealed off, but hopefully it sticks right to the paper as well. Now, I probably should have done this earlier, but when I turn this on, so there's the power light and then there's a ready light. So that comes on. Hopefully I can show you in this video. Oh, I think it turned on here. You can see there's like a happy face and it's so cute. Okay, so it's nice and heated up. You can sort of smell it actually. It's not exactly the most pleasant of odors, and you can smell it even more when you put this through. Okay, so I like to put this through with the same fold at the top. All you gotta do is just feed it through. Try to do it as straight as possible, just because if it's on an angle, it sort of stops and it's harder to laminate things. So this is just going through on its own as it's moving here. All right, it's pretty warm, so I'm just gonna leave it aside for now. Okay, and then I'm just gonna turn this off just so that it cools down so I can put it away. It's just cooling. It's a little like bowing a bit, but that's okay. It's not a big deal. So I don't exactly know how big the interiors of these bags are. They're so pretty. I love them though. So it's almost like you're making a bookmark kind of, but one side's going to be like cardstock. So I'm gonna measure out these bags first of all. If I can, I'm gonna try to link them down below for you guys. So I'm gonna measure in inches because that's what I normally tend to do here on this channel. Sorry for people who don't do inches. It's almost just a little bit over 8.5 inches. And then, so it's about 2 3/4. Yeah, so 3/4. So the interior is about 2 1/4 by about 7.5 inches. Okay, so I'm just gonna make these guys, when I cut them, I'm just gonna cut them down and I'm gonna cut them off screen. I'm just gonna basically release these from the lamination casing. So it is bowing a little bit, which is kind of unfortunate and a little annoying. This one's actually a lot straighter, which is really good. Maybe put like a heavy book or something on this curling one for now. But basically you're releasing the paper that was inside and just cutting off the edges just so that you have one side is cardstock and then the other side is laminated. So I'm basically left with this nice sheet here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this off screen again. As I said, I'm going to just cut this down. So I made about 9 of these. I put some of them in the bags already. So I ended up getting, out of both sheets, I could have got 5 of these easily from that 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. So I ended up doing 9 instead of 10 just because the first round I made them a little bit bigger. So basically another row of these polka dots, I ended up having to cut that off because it was difficult to fit in this area. So when you're measuring these bags out, make sure that things fit right within this opening, because the opening is more what you need to measure, because sometimes it doesn't open as much as you think. So I had to chop them down a little bit more. So I could have probably got a little bit more out of my paper, but that's okay. This is just like a learning process for me as well. Honestly, I feel like this polka dot pattern kind of looks like those, you know, those candies, the little dots of candies with paper on the backing. You basically just ate the candy off the paper backing. Kind of looks like that to me. I don't know if anybody remembers those, but anyways, I do. Anywho, I basically cut these down to around 7.25 inches by a little under 2 inches. But I just sort of followed the pattern. But the nice thing about these is they look like bookmarks. So if you want, your recipient can always punch a hole in this and just put some sort of tassel or something through if they want to, or they could just have them by themselves. And if they want to, maybe they can stamp the back or draw on the back or do some sort of design there. So that's kind of cool. The possibilities are really endless, but it's kind of neat that you could use all the stickers up and people could just use this as a bookmark of some kind. Or you can put more stickers on it, one or the other. So what I wanted to do, so I already rounded the edges out of these ones, as you can see. I wanted to just show you quickly how I rounded them out because I find that this part is kind of satisfying. I just obviously put my corner punch in and just, sometimes it's hard to do here and there. If it's a little hard for me to actually punch, I put it down on the table and then I punch it that way. Just try to line it up with the corner and just do that. There you go. And that's pretty much done. And then you don't have tape and stuff on the side. I mean, sometimes it's kind of cool and looks like a neat design if you wanted to do that. First, you might want to put the stickers on, and I have the stickers here, so, but I'm going to show you with one of these. Just slide it in. Close it up. I put these all in this Ziploc bag. I already colored them off screen. Sort of decide what you want to give to people. I'm gonna just do another layout here as a possibility. There's so many different layouts you can do. So I noticed that some of these designs look very similar to each other. They have same debossing, I guess. I called it embossing in another video, but I meant to deboss. Anyways, these are just a bunch of different ideas for layouts. Anyway, I just thought that I'd show you a few different layouts that you can just pop in here. I'm gonna just stick them on. Yeah, so you can decide on how many you want to give, what you want to give to people. I already have these guys cut out, but I think they're a little too big, so I might have to resize this on my computer. But anyways, you can put a bag topper on if you wanted to. That's pretty much the project. It's just a different method of doing this backing. You need a little bit more special equipment for it, obviously. So just to get rid of some of my mismatched, I guess, stickers, like this was basically the end of my stickers. I just sort of did some different configurations. Again, you can like put things in whatever configuration you want. So these are the ones that I kind of showed you during this video, and then these I kind of sort of did off to the side. So this is more like a black and white themed. This is just like dogs, a teddy bear, and 2 bunnies. So they don't really fully go together, but somewhat. It's whatever you want to do and have fun with it. So I hope you guys enjoyed that video, and I hope everybody has an awesome day. Have a good one. Bye!